Welcome to Turn to Your Neighbor. This is the Christian Talk Show where we talk about the church, music, movies, social media, and a whole lot more. My name is Cliff, and this is Dr. T.
Hey, neighbors.
And back and better than ever, this is Big Dre.
What up, neighbor? It's my own air horn that really adds something to it. You know what I'm saying? Had to give y'all a good one. I ain't seen y'all in a while. It's good to be back, gathered amongst the people one more time. Amen.
Yes.
Amen.
It's good to have you back. The neighbors were definitely concerned. The Black Santa contingency was
BSG is definitely in the building.
Black Santa gang was definitely missing their leader.
Yeah, I mean, in a minute, Cliff and I were gonna have to start making up stories. You know how you do in a Black family when somebody's away, but you don't want to tell the kids why they're away.
Exactly. Well, you know, Uncle
and you're just like,
down south.
Well, you know, they needed a break, and you know, they're just taking care of some business,
brother. But between legal issues and substance issues, I have heard several different break stories in my lifetime. Yes, and so I understand that. I understand that completely. And then there is just sometimes nobody ever explains anything, especially as a child in a Black household. Hey, where's Uncle such and such? And there's a specific uncle I'm talking about, and they will just disappear for years at a time, and nobody will talk about it. And so, but I won't get into that today. I'm not gonna come back just talking crazy.
But you were here.
I'm here. Back. I didn't do no time. I didn't do no time.
You ain't do no time.
It was all legal.
God spared you.
My wife ain't put me out. I want to be clear. Because you know that's how it is in the church. If you don't see somebody for a certain amount of time, what happened? I knew something was gonna go wrong with that boy. And all of a sudden, it becomes a thing real quick.
People, they tell you what they really think about you. Like, it becomes clear. When I went to college, this happened. Now, the interesting thing about this is I was obviously at church all the time. My dad's the pastor, right? So somebody asked me when I came home. I didn't come home for Thanksgiving break. I came home for Christmas.
Right.
Somebody was like, oh, and when I came, no, that's not what happened. When I came home for summer break, I had a nephew.
Okay.
And we had the nephew at church.
Oh.
And somebody was like, oh,
the saint thought you.
That's where you've been. Not multiple people. It was one person in particular. I was like, this is my nephew.
You got knocked up.
I was at college.
There was, in the same way, there was one young lady I went to school with. She didn't start. It was a cohort of us. She didn't start in the fall semester with all of us. She started in the spring. I didn't know till our junior year that she had just been having a child during that first semester. And I was like, oh.
In all respect, I mean, do what you got to do. You know, I have known some very strong women who have had a baby, went to school, all of that. That wasn't my journey. It's really hard. But you don't want to be mistaken for doing that if that's not your story.
I've watched some of my students as they are on their social medias, and they have they'll have to put #nephew or #niece with real
Crazy.
Quick. This ain't mine. Let's be clear.
While Black.
This ain't mine. Let's be clear.
You know.
But no, Dre didn't pick up no extra kids. I ain't do no time. It's just been life. I'm glad to be back. Thank you to the neighbors. Thank you to my co-host for holding the show down so amicably. What's up to the BSG Black Santa gang in the building one time? Shout out to the Black. Wait. I can get to it. Bam, Black Santa gang in the building one time. You know, that took me a while to figure out how to do that, but we got there.
That was like.
Yeah, man. How y'all doing? Y'all good?
Good. What's up to all the neighbors out there? Happy belated Mother's Day to all the mothers. You know, because he was talking about kids and everything. Let's shout out the mothers.
Oh, yes.
Mother's Day.
Yeah, shout out to the mothers. Amen.
Yes. Yo, mothering.
It's a real thing.
End of sentence.
Okay.
Just
Just hard,
mothering.
Mothering
hard
is
stop.
tough out there
All
in these
caps.
tough out there in these 2022 streets.
Yo,
Yeah.
it
Just
ain't
hard
never been
stop.
tougher. Okay. I'm sorry. Back in the day, our parents was chilling. You was told to do something, you did it. You didn't have to explain things.
Exactly.
They didn't have to worry about your feelings. And guess what? Sometimes, if they felt like it, the way they silenced you was just slap you upside the head. And then you never did that thing again. You can't
Yep.
even parent like that no more. I feel like you need
Absolutely
a
not.
degree in early childhood
Good.
education to parent these days. And I do not have one of those. So just mothering, end of sentence.
Yeah, well, I mean, these kids, we talked about before, these kids just got access to a lot more information
Yeah.
than we had.
A whole lot of
Mhm.
information.
And
We gotta
so-
have somebody said we gotta have full conversations. We gotta explain everything.
Yeah.
I'm like, why
All the time.
I gotta explain to you what's happening? It's just happening. But
Yeah.
hey man, they
And so-
otherwise they mess around. I will I will share a two. Did I share this on here about how I had the Child Protective Services call on me?
What?
That was that
What?
was this year.
The
That
rumors
was-
are true, guys.
Somebody, yeah, I guess. Hey, so is that what you were?
So
The rumors are
this,
true.
this happened at the beginning of this
we
year.
just got finished telling people that you were away for.
Yo,
Well,
man, because
Breaking
my
news,
daughter,
neighbors.
my daughter messed up a grade in her class.
Uh-huh.
My ninth grader, she like, yo, and so she messed up a test. She knows the grade was messed up. She goes into her next class, sitting there with the teacher and a student, talking to the student like, yo, I'm gonna get it when I get home. And she's like, it's like, no, it can't be that bad. Like, no, my dad's gonna spank me. I'm like, what? Like, no, my dad's gonna spank me. The teacher's like, he can't be serious. They're like, no, I'm serious. I said to her, sweetheart, when's the last time you actually got a spanking from me? I was like, try to remember. And she literally couldn't remember. But because she was being dramatic, she told that to the teacher. Because she knew she was going to get grounded. I was like, you can't even remember the last time you got spanked in this house. But she said that the teacher had to report it. The teacher reported it as unnecessary discipline. I still have on my phone a videotape from the ring of the Child Protective Services guy showing up at my house. We had to have conversations and sit downs, me and my wife. I was like, and so I felt bad. I literally put the fear of God into my daughter, like, hey, you better start praying. They're gonna come take you to a group home.
Right.
And all this
Way
good stuff
worse.
here, all this good stuff here, your phone, your television, that room, that all stays with me. You going with them. And so about 2 or 3 days until that dude came back, she was nervous. She was shook. Now we knew he was all right. We knew we were all right. We were going to be good. And the dude came and talked to us. He was like, I just had to do this because somebody said something. Oh no, I let that thing ride for a while just because she decided to tell a story that wasn't true. So yeah, man, it can all be real.
Oh my goodness.
Really quick. I was like, you're going to get me fired.
There's
was
so
that-
much there.
All
So
she said
much.
was that you're going to spank her.
But she's in ninth grade, dog. I can't go around
Right.
spanking
Yeah,
ninth
that's too
Said,
Cliff, see, you going to jail. You going to jail. You going to
Cliff,
jail, Cliff.
we are talking about parenting
you
in
go
the
to
year of our
jail.
Lord 2022.
You can't go around
You
spanking
can't
ninth
say
grade,
that.
dog.
Yo, if you yell at
Mhm.
if you yell too much, I try to. Do you know that the performance when I drop Cairo off at school, he's just in preschool. I'm nervous. He's not nervous because
Every
everything
day.
is reflection on me. We had Teacher Appreciation Week last week. I appreciated the mess out of his teachers. Okay, everything they're teaching him is stuff I know. But you know what? I was gift carding. I didn't go to the dollar store to get the cards. I went to Target to get their greeting cards.
You
Oh,
got the good
yes.
stuff. You got the
I don't
good
know
stuff.
why. It
Because
don't matter.
it's all a
It
does though.
makes you feel
Cliff.
Performance
better.
art.
It
It's a performance art.
matters.
That makes
Oh,
you
Around
they're
here,
feel better.
comparing notes. They're comparing notes. And then when you need to do stuff and they're like, oh yes, Tamika, oh, we love having, they've had to do some extra stuff for us because of some things we have going on. And they've just been like, oh no, it's not a problem every time. And I'm like, thank you, because it don't always have to be like that. And so you have to, it's just a game these days. The teachers be underpaid. Like,
Oh yeah.
I mean, I dug deep, and it was Mother's Day, coming up. So that Target bill
was real
strong. Okay. It looked like Christmas on my Target receipt. But I was like, I'm going there. I am going there. Because you just have to do it. I feel like this is parenting.
She's better than me though, because I will tell you this. I was next level petty when we had back to school night, because we very quickly figured out which teacher it was. And then and we were talking to this child protective services guy, me and my wife, because he had to interview both of us. And we were like, yo, this lady was tripping. He's like, it happens sometimes, man. But my daughter very quickly figured out who it was. And so we went back to school night, and I just sat there looking big, black, and upset the entire time. And she in my face smile. I'm like, is this the one? Talk to my daughter before I go in there. Is this the one? She's like, yeah. And she's like, please don't say anything to embarrass me. And I just sat there looking big, black, and upset and didn't say a word. Just ice grilled her the entire time. And then my presence is generally big enough that if you know I'm mad, I'm mad. And so, yeah, that was fun. I'm still debating whether or not I'm going to say something to her, because she want to write us compliments now via email. Well, she's doing so well. I was like, guess what? Maybe you think about that next time you call Child Protective Services on me. How about that?
I'm surprised she didn't just call you first or have like the school counselor.
She skipped some steps though.
School counselor or school
she just
somebody?
Has to report it because they thought it sounds like physical abuse. They have to report it, man, or they could lose their job or go to jail.
Wow.
Yeah, buddy. 2020 parenting 2022. Get on board.
Bro, these kids, man. So I'll tell y'all real quick before we left. So before we left state college, Annie left for California like in January, right? So it was me and the older two boys to finish out the school year. I started working from home. Like they knew I was leaving, so they basically, like in the middle of the year, they said, "You're gonna work from home anyway, so go home now." So I started working from home in state college in like, I don't know, March or something like that.
Right.
And so one day I get a call from, and this is like April towards the end of the year. I get a call from Trey's school about, Trey's just been having some slight behavioral challenges or whatever. And teacher talking to him, and teacher said, well, Trey says that you're not home that much and you're in a lot of meetings all the time. And you're preoccupied with work and all the other stuff. And I said, ma'am, I've been working from home for the last 2 months. She's like, oh.
Just so telling all the lies. Just telling all the lies.
I think he is having challenges of being truthful with you, and something else is wrong with him. But me being around is definitely not it.
Because it's something wrong with him.
I'm home
don't worry, we about to figure that out.
When they come home, man. It's like, oh. Okay, well, thank you, Mr. Holmes.
There's this black guy on TikTok, this big black guy. He does these roles of being these skits of being a teacher or being the parent confronting the teacher. Mm-hmm. He is the most hilarious person in his, but I have done several of the things. I gotta remember his name. Don Abdullah, you know who it is. Put it in the chat for me. But this guy speaks on truth. Like, go ahead and try to call Child Protective Service. I'm gonna come talk to you. I'm gonna talk to my kids at the same time. I tell you what, I used to talk big and bad until that little man walked up to my door. I said, because I'm at work in the middle of a meeting. I said, who is this on my doorbell? I said, hello.
It's like a surprise.
Yep, it's a surprise ring.
God.
I'm literally talking through my phone while I have a student there because I thought it was just somebody bothering us. I was like, hello. Yeah, this is Child Protective Services. I said, ho, took that off speaker real quick. I said hello because there was a student in my office. while I was having this
Wow.
discussion. It was wild, yo. It was
Yo,
wild.
if you are a
Oh, because
parent,
you were answering the phone at work,
I was
but on
answering
your
my
ring, you
yeah, I
had
was
the
answering my ring
oh,
app from my phone and,
okay.
and just on my and so it was hilarious.
Dang.
parenting now is definitely different than when
Yep.
our parents did it. And if you are a parent and you ain't praying, I don't know how you getting by. I don't know how you maintaining your sanity. God bless
Hmm.
you and how you
Substances.
accomplishing it.
Substances. She
So
said
maybe you
substances.
started the substances,
Tell
but
the truth.
you better try Jesus,
But no,
Yeah.
because
Jesus way better.
because
Crown
Way
apple.
better.
these children and they
Won't have
issues
the
and
issues that come with the other thing.
they challenges and the stuff they get upset about that they ain't is trivial.
It's
Help me
real.
God.
Yeah. The
Help me
But
God.
none of
coping is
this,
a whole nother level.
Yeah.
yeah, trying to get through it. It's a whole different thing. But none of this was on the rundown
That's
for
all
the
right.
day.
That's all right.
I
That's all right.
apologize. So let's go.
No, we're still good. Neighbors, it's so good to have y'all. Do me a favor right now and just share wherever you are. Hit the like button, YouTube, Facebook. Make sure you like and share right now um, so we can get more people to join us on this lovely Tuesday evening.
Your share matters.
Yes, exactly. Even
Don't
if you're
think that your
watching on
share, because
demand.
people think that. They think, oh, it's okay. No, your share
Yes, your share
matters.
matters. I'm gonna,
Yeah.
and those
Share
of
it.
you watching on demand, you if you're watching right now, days later, you can still share. It's okay.
Share, like,
You
Comment.
can still share.
Yeah. For real, for real.
yes.
All right.
Clip the EP. What's going on, brother?
Let's
Clip the
get to it.
EP.
So, one of the big issues that's going around right now is abortion. And we're
Mhm.
not going to talk about the pros and cons of abortion. That's another show for people who are probably more qualified than at least me to have this
Expertise.
discussion.
Mhm.
However, one of the interesting things that's going on is that we are seeing churches being targeted by abortion protesters. Um, as you can see, stuff like this is appearing on churches
Oh,
around the country. Um, Abortion protesters are just kind of targeting churches um, to get their message across. So I wonder what you guys think about this, because in my opinion, uh, on both sides, like nobody should be destroying nobody's property, defacing nobody on both. No matter what you feel about the issue,
right.
defacing or
Mhm.
destroying people's property is not the way to get your message across. You guys got any
I,
thoughts?
I got a thought. Hey, you better if you're gonna go around doing this, you better make sure that church says Sacred Heart of Mary and not Mount Sinai Baptist. Go ahead and let that church say Mount Sinai Baptist. Let them find out who it is, player. You're gonna have a whole different conversation, player.
Oh
Because
yeah.
here's the thing people don't understand about black churches. Not everybody is as churched as the ones you may see in the
This is
pulpit.
true. This is true.
Okay. So
There's
That's true.
always a couple people on the deacon board who have done
oh,
time.
Deacon
and
Willie is
we
still carrying
And
his gun.
all yes. There
we
is
keep two or three in the
always
tuck. You keep
yes.
That's right.
you keep two or three board members who you just not quite
Yes.
sure if they still saved on that particular
Mm-hmm.
Sunday. So go ahead and spray paint the church if they want to. It better
No,
say
you'll get
Sacred Heart of
handled.
Mary. Let it
Yeah,
say
you'll
Mount
get handled.
Sinai anything. Let it say Beulah Baptist. Go ahead and play with it. You're gonna have a whole different thing on your
Yeah.
hands. Just be real
Also,
careful.
like with graffiti, in order for it to have an effect, and I appreciate graffiti, which isn't, I think, an art.
Okay.
Um, this
It
wasn't
is.
well thought
You
out.
it's the art until it's on your house.
Right. So this was not well thought out. I'm just saying, I'm just trying to offer a pointer.
Okay.
You might want to check the spacing.
That's
So,
true.
because at this point it says my body, my chaw.
That's what I saw.
Yeah.
They didn't do
so it's gonna, plus I mean, yeah, I don't know. I'm always thinking about these things, and this is a problem. This has been a problem for past few decades. I think that this latest uproar, there's already states where women are losing, access
Mhm.
Mhm.
to this, in the sense of it as a medical procedure. Regardless of what people think about the other attachments of it, as
Right.
a medical procedure, people are losing access to it already. Um, and this feels a little bit like a distraction. I'm not going to lie. At this moment, the extent to which it's being talked about, because this has been a steady deterioration of and a steady campaign against Roe v. Wade for decades, I think this is a distraction from a lot of the other things we have going on right now in the world and in this
Hmm.
country.
Mm.
Especially, and to me, I'm just calling it like I see it. It seems an especially convenient distraction for Democrats who have not canceled our student loan debt. Yes, I'm looking at you, Biden.
Well, I mean,
Who
hold
have
on. Let me
not
stop. Let me stop. Hold,
who are
hold on.
still dealing with the inflation and all that. And
Right.
that's all I'm saying. They're trying
Yeah.
to motivate people get to the polls
I see
because
what
of
you're
For the
saying.
for the record, and I'm not defending him in any way, but for the
Uh-huh.
record, President Biden did not run on "I'm going to cancel student loan debt." That was Bernie Sanders, and that was Elizabeth Warren. President
right.
Biden did not promise that.
But
I'm
he
just saying,
promised to
like,
do something about it. And to
Right.
the reduction, there was supposed to be some sort of relief.
yeah,
He has yet to make a decision. They're going to have to start making some tough decisions. Oh, I know, because Liz Warren is who I wanted to win. Okay. We would all be state college rich right now if Liz had won. Okay. Because she was going to charge Elon Musk so he wouldn't have money to buy Twitter.
his
Okay. She
Twitter.
was
his
going to
his
charge him
what
his
2 cents
taxes.
after every billion or something, whatever that figure was. Yeah,
No, over, I don't know,
I forgot
something
what it
crazy, like
was. Over
over 100
a couple
million or
hundred million.
something. Yeah.
Yeah. But
But
y'all,
yeah, don't be writing on people's churches.
or
No,
just
not
make a better
cool.
selection with your font.
Yeah.
And like on this background, I would have gone more probably Times New Roman and probably would have given more of a red than the white on the door itself to kind of make it stand out. There are a couple of choices you could have made here.
Yeah.
But I will promise you this. Go ahead and play around with the wrong church.
I'm gonna assume this
Be
person was
Obama.
probably in a rush and didn't have the time to like jazz it
They
up.
ain't really want that
Like,
heat. See, you can't be halfway with it though. If you gonna vandalize,
Vandalize.
go ahead and vandalize.
oh
Now
my
you on the
goodness.
edge, right?
Yo, go ahead and
No,
keep
this
playing
is
with it.
sad.
Yeah.
It is.
So let's not deface people's stuff or
Yeah,
destroy
Let's
people's
not.
no.
stuff. No matter where you are on this side of on this issue,
It's
what side
ineffective.
you're on. It doesn't matter. It matters what side you're on to you, of course, and to other people. But defacing people's property is not the way. Let me say that.
There-
I
it's
think
too.
this in this particular case is ineffective because it's only going to make, if let's say there was some people on the edge, well,
Right.
now they just think you crazy because now you're forcing them to have to do. It's I do believe that you can be strategically a strategic agitator, but
Right.
I don't think that this in this particular
Yeah.
case is effective because it's not the Catholic Church leading, as far as I know. It's not the Catholic Church that's really leading the anti Roe v. Wade. That's been evangelicals,
Mm.
white conservative evangelicals, going back to Falwell. People like
Yeah.
that have been really leading it as a political um,
I think
move.
there's a segment of people that are lumping all conservatives and Christians all in the same bucket.
Right.
And that's two different
So
things.
yeah.
It
That's
So
two
is.
different things.
people are saying conservative and Christians are the same as it relates to this issue, and all Christians feel the same way. People making assumptions that the majority of
Right.
Christians feel the same way about this. So I'm just going. People just getting all happy and spraying everything. I'm
There's
spraying
some
everything.
actually. It's very interesting, even amongst the. I'll be honest. Amongst the people I know, there are some very nuanced thoughts about this topic.
Oh, definitely. Oh
Yes.
yeah.
There are
Oh yeah.
some very nuanced thoughts about this topic,
Yes.
Yeah.
and we don't gotta get into it too deeply. But people are making that assumption. There's a lumping of conservatism and Christianity, and
Yeah.
no, there are some very nuanced thoughts about this. So
Yeah.
And they're lumping all black they're assuming things about black people too. I think
Yeah.
black people are very, now we're not about to sit around talking about it
Nope.
and aren't going to be in no protest lines about it. But there, I would say that, black people will surprise you. And the, yeah, I think there's some silent
Silent majority.
appreciators
Mm-hmm.
of this very difficult, very complex medical procedure.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool. So we can move on.
Hey, leave St. Beulah's alone. I mean, Mount Beulah alone. I tell you what, player, if they have ever sold chicken plates at that particular dwelling, that they ain't the
Cross
one.
it off the list.
Yup, they ain't the ones.
Or if the church starts
This
with
is
the
on the
word
no
greater,
tag, don't tag list.
if the
Yup.
church starts with greater, something,
Greater,
leave it alone.
Do not
Great amount.
vandalize.
If it's great
Greater
amount, then you better not.
yo,
Better leave it
keep playing
alone.
with them. Y'all gonna end up on the wrong
Right.
ones, Jack.
If they
And
have church fans with a funeral home
Or Martin Luther
and a
King.
popsicle stick,
Or Martin Luther
yo,
King.
don't mess with it.
there will be a laying on of hands, and it will have nothing to do with the blessings of the Lord. Amen. Amen. So keep on playing with them. I'm sorry, brother. Go ahead.
It's
Go
all
ahead,
right.
man.
So moving on. Your boy Kanye,
Okay.
once
Oh, boy.
again,
What did I miss?
is in the news. I mean, it's not. This is not a big national story, but as far as Christian kind of stuff, Kanye is being sued by Bishop David Paul Moulton
Okay.
of the Lord Worship Center in Victoria. He's suing Kanye because Kanye sampled a part of his sermon in the song "Come to Life"
Hmm.
and on
Mhm.
the Donda album.
Well,
So
Isn't
Bishop,
this like somebody's job to make sure there's no copyright infringement?
there are producers whose job is. I was actually just talking to somebody about this actually just recently. There are people whose job it is to clear content on albums when they're sampling, and
but
everything. So they
yeah,
didn't.
no, but I'm saying, but we know that somebody has been doing this with this particular album because he sampled "Make Me Over" by
Right.
Tone. Well, he
Mhm.
sampled the Bree Babineau version, Bree Babineau singing it, but he went to Tone because Tone is the original. Well, excuse me, B Slade is the
Mhm.
original writer and producer of the song.
Right.
So they have done this type of activity with this album. This might have fallen through the cracks. Maybe they didn't think it was that big of a deal because it was a spoken word. I don't know,
Mm.
but
This was the problem though, Cliff.
Yeah.
Moten is the bishop at Joy of Lord Worship Center,
mhm.
an apostolic
Yeah.
Pentecostal
Yeah.
church in
Okay.
Victoria, Texas.
This
Oh,
brother.
okay.
This brother's black. I'm looking at
Yeah.
his picture right now.
And
There's
your brother wants his
you
coins.
don't do that.
Coins. It's all about coins. We
Of
come to get our
course.
coins. You're making too much money. This brother is black. I'm looking at his picture right now. I had to look it up real quick. Yeah. So it's about these coins, and
He
somebody better
thought
get
he
it
was
in
gonna get
order.
away with it.
So he used 70 seconds of preaching. He's being sued over
Oh,
kind.
no, that's way too much, sir. That's not free and fair use. Come pay these coins. Why'd you think that was going to happen? Somebody messed up.
It's a for profit, it's a commercial product.
Yep.
So when the preacher was doing it, it was a free thing. If you
Mhm.
want to now monetize what he put out there for free, uh-uh,
Come,
Yeah.
come get my coin.
that's
Yes,
wrong.
sir.
The song "Come to Life" was produced by Kanye, a guy named Jeff Basker, Warren Campbell, Mark Williams, and Raul Kubita.
Warren
And,
knows better.
and apparently, the song highlights how Kanye felt about when he married Kim Kardashian.
Is this Warren as in Erica's Warren?
Warren, as in that Warren, as in Baby Dub Warren. That
Baby
Warren,
Dub.
yes.
He knows better. He's
And
a whole pastor.
as in Pastor Warren.
He's
Yes.
a whole pastor. Well, they
Hey.
made a choice. Go get your coins.
I mean, that's not his job though. I can imagine that's legal,
Oh yeah,
that's
somebody's
whatever.
job.
And
Yeah.
that might
But
not have
they
been his
messed
part
up
of the
big
song.
time.
You know, you got
Right.
you got 4 producers, 5 producers.
So people dropping things in,
I mean,
people
That's true. How much? I wonder how much you trying
That's
to
a
get him for.
lot. 90 seconds?
70.
70. That's a
70
lot of
seconds?
seconds.
That's a
Man,
lot. That's over
Yeah.
a minute though,
how
still.
much you
Yeah.
trying to get him for?
It
I'm trying to see because I would ask for at least 3 million,
it
something
doesn't.
like
This
that.
article
I
doesn't
would
say.
ask for extra for pain and suffering, and you
Pain
got
and
to cover my
suffering.
legal fees.
Yeah.
And now I'm forever associated with you. Maybe I don't want to be forever associated with you. So now you
Le-
got to pay me for that. Now you got to pay me in perpetuity for you. I am associated with Kanye West in perpetuity
That's true. I
I don't
actually
beyond my
know. I don't know
give
choice.
what
me
the
writers credits. Give me writer. Put me on there. Give me money
yeah.
and put
I
me
don't
on
know
the
what the
song.
going rate is of like sampling. Like is it you pay per second of like I don't know what the going rate is of sampling
Oh,
things.
this is interesting. So I'm reading this from CBS News, Dallas Fort Worth. Bishop Moten alleges 1 minute and 10 seconds of the sound recording is sampled
Mhm.
directly from his sermon and appears to run on a loop, underscoring the pre-chorus and chorus throughout the song. That's more than 20% of the song, according to the lawsuit. So I wrote a lot of your song. Run me my
So you gotta
coins.
pay. Yeah.
That's 20% of your song.
I just feel like it should be
Run me my
extra
coins.
for doing it so shady. Like, or you could
Yeah.
have just handled your business from the get go and I could have said yes or no. That's the other thing. People have a right to not want to work with you.
Yep.
And
Yep.
you now have taken that right away from him
Kanye should make
with
a
all this
donation to the building
craziness.
fund. Just to donate to the every church
Bishop
got
Mo
one.
Bishop Mo don't want nothing to go in his building fund. This is
The
the Bishop
building
Moten
fund
fund.
ain't
Bishop
preached
Bishop
that
Moore want that
sermon.
to go in
The
his
building
pocket. That's what
fund
you
ain't
This is
saying?
the
preached that sermon.
Yeah, this is the Bishop Moten fund, baby. This is going to the Cadillac fund.
My Lord.
Yes. Bishop Moten got bills too. He got aspirations, baby. I'm sorry. All right, man. Go ahead.
It's all right.
Hey,
Well,
Bishop
Kanye,
Moten, get
Kanye
your
run the
coin.
bishop's coin, man.
Yeah, run his coins, man. We're gonna get this pulled because we mentioned Kanye's name like 6 times. I guarantee it's getting pulled off the Facebook airways and YouTube somehow.
All right. So next, us and the neighbors, we're gonna play a little game. We're
Okay,
gonna
we go.
do the turn to your neighbor version of Family Feud.
Oh.
So neighbors, I would like everyone to tell me name an excuse people give for not going to church.
Sick.
Neighbors in the chat. If you have
Service
never,
service is
eh,
too long.
I gotta work.
sorry. So there's no. I don't have the answers. Just so y'all know, like I don't have
Oh,
the.
okay.
I'm sorry. I just yeah.
I was like,
I don't
what's
have the
number
Pretty much,
answers.
one?
I'm like, yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
sorry.
it's
Yeah,
gotta
yeah.
be
It's
sick.
fairly few only in terms of the question and this graphic. That's it. Like I
I
don't
know
have.
what
I don't know if the survey says or anything.
somebody gave me. We getting a lot of work. Oh, we got one with having a newborn. Okay,
Oh yeah, that's a great one.
woke up late.
Uh, wacky answers are welcome as well.
Thank you,
Vacation. You can only
my
use
man.
that once.
My man Chris, vacation. Dr. Townsend in the building. That's my guy. Pastor preaches too long. See, is that an excuse
Nobody
or
would
just
say that though.
uh? Oh, no,
I mean, when people say that, like if somebody asks you and in the position where you felt like you had to give, that's not an excuse. That's an actual reason.
reason. Yeah,
That's,
some of these are
that's just
reasons. I said a reason. We
So
got
we just did like 20 minutes start the show on kids and nobody said these kids.
no. Somebody said newborn. Your sister said newborn.
Oh, that's not the
Yo, she
same.
also said churches. The churches in the
The
hood.
hood.
I'm getting a couple nothings to wear. The bus was late.
I have to
Yo,
go to somebody else's. I'm visiting a friend's church or a loved one's church.
yo.
Or how about
Attending.
I can't find a church that will feed me right
That's
spiritually.
feeds right spiritually. Like
Oh, like
I
not
got
going to church,
somebody.
So,
period.
Somebody said no coffee and donuts. Then Max said bad church dinner. Devin said attending bedside Baptist.
No AC.
Hey man, hey, if it's
that's
July
that's real. That
and you ain't got
someone
no
I think
AC,
somebody said this. The pastor's out of town. Did somebody put that? I thought I saw that.
Again, that's
hey,
an
who's
actual
preaching?
reason.
Because yeah,
Let's
I
talk
know.
about this real quick.
I
Let's talk
know
about this
people
real
have
quick.
done that.
Let me talk about this.
Go ahead.
It's very similar to the black people when like, yo, you gonna come out here and the first thing you say, yo, who all over there?
Oh yeah.
because you want to know who's there before I show up. It's very much the same thing. Yo, you coming out to church this Sunday? Who's preaching? Because if you know that the main one ain't there, and you got a backup, and you're not sure which backup it is, that may be your Sunday to take off. Amen. The Waffle Shop is calling.
Let me tell you, I'm not gonna say the name of the church, but I have the person preached, and
Uh-huh.
I looked to the person that came with me, and I looked at him. I promise you, this gentleman is not the pastor. He doesn't preach every Sunday.
Sometimes you got to clear it up.
I had to let
Sometimes.
him know. The
Yo,
brother had given a very incoherent word.
Gary hit me with a few of them. Gary said, I heard a few hair ain't done's. They don't wear masks. Yo,
Don't
what's
like
going
the first
The
lady. The
first
first
lady
yeah,
looks
lady looks
stuck up.
stuck up.
yeah, what's going to be attached to the
Wow.
first lady?
Usher
Why is
That's
boy
she catching?
why.
team,
Yeah.
worship team can't find the correct key.
Hey, let's
Senior
talk about
choir
that.
is singing.
To see you singing Animal. Let's talk about that. Depending upon who's on the worship team on that particular week, that may not be the ones.
You know, one of the benefits of watching church on demand now in
Right?
these COVID times, if the worship team ain't on they one that day, you
Click.
could just slide your finger
Slide
to
for
the
her.
and go right to the word.
Uh, Yo, Mac is mad. Too much of a fashion show.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. After going back from being from, bedside Baptist transitioning back into the building, I appreciate praise and worship. I need it like once a month, honestly. I just don't, and it's not because our praise and worship is really good. It's just I just miss getting to. I mean, I'm really coming for the. I'm laughing at Xfinity Watchathon. I'm really coming for the word, and so I'm also just trying to think about what's the most expedient way for me to get
Yeah,
what
To
I
get there.
came for, and that's
yeah.
often expedient. I appreciate the word. You know what? I worship in the car on the way to church, and I'm usually playing gospel music when I wake up in the morning, cook my
Right.
breakfast, da da da. So I have that flowing. By the
There,
time I get to church, I'm ready to just go in.
there are times where I'll look at a worship team and be like, you know what, my Spotify playlist is not this extra. It's not doing all this extra talking, extra stuff, and
Yo,
all this
you
other
and
kind of
talking.
madness. Like
You and talking is so hilarious. Yo, these people are hilarious. The NFL London game
the
coming on,
NFL London,
unsung marathon,
no
The
Xfinity
seats
watches.
aren't comfortable.
no kids program. Now that's real.
Well, you
Yeah.
see, y'all ain't naming excuses now. Y'all just naming
These are
reasons.
reasons.
These are reasons. Some of these aren't
Oh,
excuses.
you know what? It's raining, it's snowing, it's
Yeah.
windy. Any weather is a great excuse.
Hey,
Any
Unless
type
you
of
are
weather.
unless you are an intent revival service, any weather excuse ain't the one. Unless there is 6 inches of snow on the ground.
Okay, this is the thing though. What's up with when they have to delay the service? Just cancel it.
like your school, like a 2 hour.
Right.
Yo,
This ain't school.
here's what I
Just
need.
cancel it.
If we're gonna think about delaying, I just need Pastor to jump on a Zoom from the house, hop on the stream, and give his word through that.
I
Pastor,
think
go
I
ahead.
think
Just pull.
now we may see that more often
Yep.
now.
Just pull up the word, pull up the stream from your house. You got it. The church needs to make sure every pastor has the appropriate Wi-Fi and
Yes.
cameras
Has it
from
set
their
up in his
house.
house so he can
Yep,
get it
they
done.
all should. They
Yeah.
absolutely all should.
Yeah.
No gas, it's too loud. Yo, Tennessee over
Mr.
Listerine.
Reed just best stay over.
Yo,
Uh,
what in the world is going
but
on?
Derek has a good point about the no kids program. Like if you this is
Yeah.
2022, if you're not like a church plant that's just starting and you don't have a
Church.
kids program, do you want your church to grow?
These are legit.
Like
Yeah, that's
because
like a
young
legit
young
thing.
married people, they got options.
Yeah.
Yeah. And one of them
Not even young
is
married people.
stating
Let me rephrase that. Young people married
People
or
with
single with
kids.
children
Yep.
yes.
have options.
Too much carrying on. Kristen, no gas. That's funny. Hey, that can be a real
Now
thing.
It's a commitment.
That can, Hey, it's a
It's a
real thing with
serious
the gas
commitment.
going on now.
Yeah.
These are some real questions.
Especially
But
when it
I
gets to
go,
like close to the first of the month, and you like, okay, do I go to church with this gas or do I go to work Monday?
yep.
And then, when my check hit the next day, I'll be all right.
Yo, Xfinity Watchathon is still the most hilarious. Do you remember those when the what weekends where you had the free HBO or the free something,
They just had
Yeah.
one.
and
Yeah.
you was what's in there locked in watching all the channels that you don't usually get. You gonna get
Mother's
all out.
Day,
You gotta
I
get your
was
money's
just
Yup.
worth.
like,
You're gonna get your time worth.
Showtime.
You gonna get
Boom.
all your money's worth.
All of
Yeah.
it.
When I first started making any type of money, that's actually the first thing I did. I've never gone back on it. No
Cable.
matter, yup, I just bought the highest level, and I don't even
Mm.
watch 90% of those
Right.
channels.
And now,
But
because you be at work.
yep, but
Or you
try to
stream,
pay for it, or
or
you
you're on
stream.
Netflix or
But
HBO Max or Disney
but guess
Plus.
what? If I want it, it's there, and I just
Yeah.
that's my bougie. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know
That's my
what comes on
bougie.
network TV anymore.
Children don't even understand the concept of network television.
No, they
I
don't.
can
Kids
attest.
don't understand
They don't
they
watch TV.
and
Yeah.
we literally never mind. It's gonna sound too bougie, but kids is watching. They watch stuff on laptops and on phones.
Yeah.
They don't understand the
And
importance.
tablets. Yep.
I would call myself spoiling my children, want to make sure they had the finest, because sometimes you do things in life because you didn't have something. So
Mhm.
I wanted my kids to have a nice solid television in their room. And
Okay.
I went and bought both of them nice televisions in
Yeah.
their room. Was
Can't
nothing
even
bigger than a
care.
32 inch, but it was
Uh-huh.
still nice, flat screen, living lovely. Nothing but the 1080p. You know what I'm saying? They don't watch those things to say. You know when they watch them, when we've taken their phones from them.
Mm.
But don't they know they can like stream it to their TV? But
They
wait,
don't
do they
care.
have?
They want to move around. And so they take that phone everywhere with them.
Yeah.
And they had the Bluetooth on the joint, and they moving. And plus they know at my house you can't just leave your phone running somewhere, because my kids will have their little Bluetooth headphones on and be away from their phone. I'll just see the phone running, chewing up my Wi-Fi on something on YouTube. You ain't even watching this, you just listening to it. So I will take my finger and just restart that bad boy on them. Daddy! And just start messing with them.
See, this is why child
Absolutely.
services is coming to your house.
Yeah,
You
that was all starting to make
out here
sense.
torturing these
You are
kids.
torturing.
Yo,
That
their
is cruel
phone,
and unusual
their phone is
punishment.
just sitting there, I would just absolutely restart the whole
That
thing.
phone not bothering you.
This is how.
Just
This is how.
chewing up my good Wi-Fi. You know how much they pay for that data a month? Yo, man, I
Wow.
would definitely do
You
that.
understand? Wi-Fi is unlimited. It's gonna be the same amount
It
whether
is.
they listen
It
to
is.
nothing
They
or.
don't understand that, but so I can just get to say that. You're running in my house,
So
messing with
not
my
only are you
electric,
torturing them, you're giving them a warped view of technology, so they don't understand.
messing their whole minds up, bro.
Misinformation just
Oh my
ruling.
Yep.
goodness.
They'll sometimes they'll actually be doing what they're supposed to be doing. They'll be cleaning or doing something they're supposed to be doing, and their phone is near me and it's not locked. Taking that bad boy back.
I just want you to remember these are the same young ladies that you're gonna expect to be taking care of you in your old age.
And that's scary because they can't take care of themselves.
No, they
Like
got
this.
time. They got time.
Like, oh, Dad, were you trying to reach this? Oops.
Go ahead, scoot your scooter on over there, see if you can get that playing.
Hey, that's why I eat right and exercise. I don't trust these kids. I'm trying.
I don't trust these kids. We in the gym working out steady because I ain't about to be trusting y'all two to help me. I'm sorry. Anyway, that's getting too real. What's next? I'm sorry, bro.
It's all right. I really can't explain this next thing, so I'm just going to say check this out and judge for yourself. I'm not sure what's going on, what prompted this, but just check this out.
Because the preacher's already here. But can I sing my song? I got a letter this morning.
Should-do-be-do.
I got a letter early this morning. I got a letter early this morning.
I got a letter this morning. Woke up early this
morning. I got a letter this morning.
Because the preacher's already here.
No,
That's
I
so,
need the rest of the clip.
That's all I got. That's all.
I need to know the rest of the song.
So for the record, that is not Brian Carr. It sounds like him. That is clearly not Brian Carr now. Got similar mannerisms and definitely sounds like him, but that is not Pastor Carr or Prophet Carr, whatever he wants to go by. I have never heard this song in my life, and I'm thankful to God that I have not.
Brother, there was a payoff coming. I need to know what the letter said. I think we're gonna get that in verse
I'm like,
2.
under
Verse 2
what
gonna tell us about
circumstances
the
are
rest.
letters in the morning a sign of good news? Like, I'm like, when do you
A letter in the morning from Jesus? You know, in the morning when Jesus speaks to you,
and delivers
like
the
a
mail?
word
I got a
on
letter.
your heart? Okay.
I don't know.
I needed the payoff. I needed to hear the rest
I
of
got
that
a letter
song.
this morning.
You see, that one ain't the one either. Guess what? That church could have coffee and donuts and a banging children's ministry. I'm not going to that church.
But the
If
fact
that's
that
the
he
praise and
said, "I
worship.
know," he started about saying, "I know the preacher is about to come up, but I want to sing my song." That makes it even worse.
Here's the thing. My brother in the black right there in the t-shirt, he's trying so hard just to find the note. To like, I don't know where this song is going, but it's my job to harmonize. And when he came in strong, loud, and wrong, I was like, brother, you just sat this one out and just praise the Lord. Amen. Amen. That's
There
all
is
you
a
need right there.
song called I Got a Letter This Morning by John Lee Hooker, but I hope this isn't what they were singing. It says, I got a letter this morning. My baby's gone away. I received a letter. My baby's gone away. It felt so good. Just like, okay. Yeah,
I'm gonna go out and let you
I'm going to stop reading.
Where was you going?
But you know what? Everybody, we should all wish we had a friend like Sister Girl right here.
Yo.
In the front with the black top and the black and white skirt.
Yes.
She is gassing them up. She is trying to be with them.
And the light person. They got the light show going.
The lights is popping. And my good sister in the white tank top or whatever she has with the do-rag she got going on.
She was headed to the church cookout
with those shooby-doos. Like she knew what her role was, and she was going to shooby-doo to the best of her abilities and give all her shooby-doos to the Lord on that particular Sunday. She came in so real. And let me tell you this. If we're going to be running these services online, we got to work on balancing the mics. That shooby-doo mic was a little too high. She came in so loud. Shooby-doo, take her down.
Jesus be a sound
Take her
man.
down. Jesus be a sound person. Amen. Amen. But the rest of these players ain't moving. My man in the white shirt, I don't know what his shirt is doing right there. His collar halfway down his back. God bless him. The brother in the red right there, maybe he's the guest minister. He's like, I've heard this cut before. I know where this is going.
I'm just waiting for my time to preach.
They look like they're people at this church. They look like they're at like 5 different events, though, based on how people are dressed. Like some people are super formal.
This is
some
truly
people are like business cash. Some people are like cookout wear. Like, what's happening?
Truly come as you are, church. Everybody just coming what you got.
Just absolutely came as they were.
That's all right.
100%. That's hilarious. So God bless them. Is that player in an electric blue suit? I see you, player.
Yes, brother.
You better kill it.
Was the lights?
Is this Detroit? Are you sure this was? This is Detroit. It sounds like some Detroit stuff to me. Dr. T knows 2 or 3 people in the room.
I probably do. This I cannot deny nor confirm that this occurred in Detroit, but they would get clowned in Detroit singing like that.
I got one more video to show.
Go ahead. Let me ask you. I gotta ask one question before you. Was this sister anticipating being in front of the church that day?
It's curious.
See, there you go.
The ensemble she's giving me is different. Like maybe she was preparing the chicken plates, and that's what she thought. That's what her role was. This brother called her out of the kitchen and said, "Give me that Shooby-Doo song that we hit with the letters," and then she hit her part. She hit her part. So hey, I'm not mad at her though. Amen.
She filled in. Hey,
amen.
Whatever you got for the Lord. That's
Be ever ready.
So the next video is an interesting
Here we go.
situation with you know how people have remarks at funerals.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this
Uh-oh.
pastor was not happy with the amount of time she was given.
Okay.
When you only get 3 minutes remarks at the funeral.
And her name is written.
Her voice is real low at the beginning.
Love you. You can't put this in 3 minutes after you done preached to the folk for all these years. How y'all do a pastor like that? You don't give me no 3 minutes. I'm gonna rebuke y'all. You don't give me no 3 minutes. You don't give me no 3 minutes. Yeah, I'm gonna talk junk. Y'all know Pastor Mercy, I don't play. Don't get no pastor no 3 minutes. Are y'all kidding? Are y'all kidding me? What we go through with the members, you give me 3 minutes? Or they gonna talk about pastor now. If you don't know me, I keep it real. Keep it real or be still. Amen, somebody. But I'm gonna sit down, but you don't get no pastor 3 minutes when the member have passed. Come on, somebody. Give God praise. I said, give God sitting down now, give God praise.
So you have this pastor who's giving remarks at a funeral. They gave her 3 minutes. Apparently, she's the pastor of the deceased person,
Right.
which brings me to think: why aren't you delivering a eulogy, pastor? Usually, in
Mhm.
most cases, the pastor of the deceased is the one who delivers the eulogy. But you know, maybe something
That's
else is going
why.
on, and that's probably why, because the family knew she wasn't about nothing.
Yep.
Right. You know what? I don't
You-
trust people who wear wigs like that.
Oh, see, there you
Wait,
now
You
you're
no,
going in on
can't,
stop.
You're
you
going in on
can't
Pastor
say
Mercy
nothing to
wig.
me with that wig on.
Stop. I need to understand this. Stop. We're
Going in
going
on
to address this. No, you can't just make that.
You're
I
going in on
need to understand why.
It's
Because
just
maybe I'm
bad.
missing something from my life. So, what about that wig in particular
Yeah,
It's
makes you
just
say,
bad. It's
okay?
ill fitting.
I
And
wouldn't have
she
known.
tried to do more than you just there is a way that haughty, the church
Spirit.
word for it is like a haughty spirit, right?
Yeah,
Like
haughty
there's
spirit. Yeah.
somebody just like doing too much. And all of that, like who at a funeral pauses
Yeah.
in their remarks to come at people about they weren't given enough time and how much time they're supposed to have. People are grieving, man.
Hey,
All of that.
Yeah, it's totally not
If
about
that
her.
was a wig, that's the wig she had.
you. What's funny is, what's crazy is it was probably the family who arranged this, who
Right.
set up the timing of everything. So you're gonna chastise the fam? Like that's crazy. Can you please get to Mac's comment, his last comment? Because I think this is exactly what that is. I've never heard it said better than that.
Ah,
When you hold your title over your assignment, like that's
That's good.
fire.
look at Max saying something profound.
Yo, that was fire.
This is a
Mac
first.
Yo, I wasn't even ready for that from Mac.
Look at Mac.
Mac, brother, keep doing what you do, baby. But when you hold your title over your assignment, it is exactly what we're seeing.
Yeah,
She expected to be treated a certain way because of her title, but your assignment is to remember someone and to bless those who are in mourning,
Right.
who are remembering those who have passed.
she
And
could have used
you,
those 3 minutes to encourage the family
yep.
and
But
show them support, but she chose to make it about herself.
I love
Yes,
the
when
fact,
Donna said wig down her back and just plops on her head, savory character to the teeth. Exactly. It's just like, it's like the wig becomes the person. It's like they feed into each other. It's weird, but yeah.
And
So
she's
No.
somebody's pastor.
each wig has a personality, and it can infect the person and impact the person.
Yeah, it's
Very
just
good.
they flow into one another. You know how people say like, "Oh, if you're ugly on the inside, you're gonna be ugly on the outside." It's kind of
Outside,
like
okay.
that.
Yo,
She might be the pastor, but Pat, there's a lot of people who call themselves pastors these
thank you,
days.
thank you.
A lot.
You can be a pastor without being pastoral.
And you can be a pastor without having
Right.
congregants.
Exactly.
Yes.
And there's a difference. There is being pastoral is different than just having the title pastor. Yo, my big man got up in the back quick. He's like, oh, I'm gonna have to handle this. I see.
Yep, that brother was doing his job.
Yeah, he was.
He
She
was
said,
Chair
"I'm
trying.
was.
He
down
was trying
too."
to expedite.
Uh-huh.
That's
She
how
knew
you
the
do it.
presence was behind her.
But
Amen.
Pastor
Amen.
Mercy, she had some stuff to get off her chest.
That brother was sitting there. Watch Big Man in the back. He was sitting there.
Mhm.
He's like, okay, we're gonna let this ride for a little bit. She
Mhm.
got into it a little bit too much. He said, oh, I'm gonna have to get up out this chair, ain't I? because he had taken a while to get in the chair. I could see, and if you see how he moved to get out the chair, it took a second, and he's like, you know what? Oh,
Yeah,
she
he
gonna
had
make
to
me
rock
get up.
back
Yep.
and forward.
Oh, first
Let
he
me let
steadied
me
himself.
yep,
He
let me
like
Yeah.
brace. Because he done squeezed in there. If you see how big the chair is and how
oh,
big he is,
oh,
he had to get in that
That's
chair.
all right,
yeah.
brother. But
That
yeah,
was at least a 4-step maneuver.
but he
Yep.
pressed his way.
That was a 4-step process.
yo,
Why you make that
yo,
man do all that?
can I get Don Abdullah on the screen, please?
Lord Jesus.
I need it. I ain't Don Abdullah. I ain't messing with no deacon as wide as the plastic pulpit. You got it, sir. 100%. 100%. Learn your role and keep it
Doing
moving.
too much.
Oh Lord.
Oh my God.
Doing too much for no, and just acting up at somebody's funeral.
Why would you do
That
that?
just shows so much disrespect.
You know me. You know I'm real. You can be real without being a jerk.
Right.
Don't.
That's all I got. You've been gone many weeks. You got some built up rants for the people.
I honestly don't. I don't have any rants for the people. In a moment of transparency, been navigating a lot personally with the health of my wife and my family, and so I just have thanks. I just
Yes.
in a moment of realness, I want to say thanks for those who've been praying.
Yes.
Who may have wondered where I was, and instead of saying Dre got extra kids on the way or he went to jail, you were just praying for me. So I appreciate it. And to those, I want to give a special shout out because I'm realizing that to those who are everyday caretakers in life and caretakers of someone else, I'm having the chance to experience how just the rigor that takes to really care for someone.
Mm-hmm.
And so for those who do it on a regular basis, I say I salute you. Like that's real. And your sacrifice is not forgot does not go unseen. It is a real thing. I pray blessings over you and your household and on your life because that is a real thing. Yeah, man. But to those who've been praying for and just worried about, I appreciate y'all. We good. We back. We getting here. But no, it is a real thing. I do have some jokes, but I wanted to say that real thing. Hey, let me say this, man, just real quick. We just went through a graduation season. I work at a very large institution. Some of y'all be lying at these graduations. And here's what I mean. I see you all, these students, for months, for years. I see the different states that you roll into my office, into my Zoom meetings looking like a hot mess, like death warmed over. I literally could not recognize some of you at graduation. I don't know what happened.
Times are tough out here, man.
No, they got dressed.
That's what I'm
There
saying.
was
Oh, yeah.
hairdos. There was makeup. There
The
was
upgrade
shoes.
is
It's
real.
hard to
Y'all
look
are
good during the school
catfishing. You're
year.
lying.
Times are tough. It's hard to
You're
look
lying.
good
I
during the
know
school
you.
year.
You're lying. That's not you. I literally was sitting there as like, is that such and such? And I had to wait till their name was said because I had never seen them like that before. I was like, wow, okay. And then they want to look at me and look disappointed when I don't recognize them. First of all, I done spent 2 years with you behind the mask, so I don't really know your whole face.
That's true.
Secondly, for the half a year I saw you with no mask on, you ain't look like that. So some of y'all out here lying on these graduation ceremonies. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. Just keep it real. Just keep it real. You ain't got to put all that on. Y'all look a totally different person. But God bless the graduates and God bless all your plans in life. Amen.
Including
Amen.
Derek James, our own member of the
Oh,
neighborhood,
yeah.
got
That's
that
right.
master's degree.
Congratulations, brother.
He looks like himself.
He did.
He has the
Derek,
Facebook footage to prove it.
He
He
looked
looked
like
like
himself.
himself.
That's
he
such
did.
a funeral thing to say.
He didn't look at a.
Oh, that is such a black funeral thing. He looked like himself.
He
That's good.
looked like himself. Let's go.
Yo,
The
I was
mortician
saying
did
that in
such a good
reference to
job.
what Trey just said, though.
but
He
that's a
did
real
not.
thing though, because some of these homegoings, y'all be just doing too much to people. Just
Yeah,
a
but
light
congratulations,
touch.
brother.
Allegedly, yeah.
Congratulations
Congratulations to
to
Derek.
that
Congratulations,
family, to
yeah, to
Derek.
Natalie.
Hello,
To the
because we
kid,
know what
to
we know.
Micah, to
Yes, to
Eli,
that
to the whole
family,
family.
all the
Yeah,
sacrifice.
that everybody made.
Hmm.
Congratulations.
Hmm.
And yeah, truly, truly. And to anybody else that may have graduated or is graduating, we got some young people that listen. Congratulations to y'all.
Yes.
Keep doing what you do. I'm done talking about people. Dr. T, do you have any tea for the people?
No, not this
Okay.
week.
Okay.
No. Oh Lord, he said Cairo. That's not a graduation. He's leaving
Oh, Cairo graduated?
preschool. No, they're
Did they have a
having a
ceremony?
No, let me
graduation.
talk about this.
Oh Lord.
No.
They're having a graduation.
Well, then you
Mm-mm.
graduated. If they
No.
have a ceremony, you graduated.
No. We gonna
I don't
stop
know if
doing
it's a
this.
ceremony. I think they give him a certificate. I don't know what it is, but
Graduations only count in high school, college, and thereafter. All elementary and middle school, y'all better go ahead with some of that.
8th grade is a graduation, brother. I'm not talking about.
No, I'm tired of this crap. I'm tired of this. No, you are state mandated. You are, and so high school, some of y'all, it's a struggle to get there.
It doesn't
Okay,
matter who. It doesn't matter
you
who
had to be
requires
there.
it.
No, if you weren't going there, your parents was going to jail. Stop this.
If you gotta
Stop
wear a
this.
cap and gown and have a whole
This is
ceremony,
some
it's a
garbage.
graduation.
Stop blowing these children's heads up that everything's a celebration for them. They're not that important. Your kids aren't that important. I be
right.
telling
I
people,
agree with Mac. It's a movie. It's really a moving up, moving on.
Yeah.
He is moving up and out of that
kids have
space. He
promotions.
Yes.
he can officially no longer go to
The
pre-K.
the
So
school if the school calls it a graduation,
they do call it a
it's a
graduation.
graduation.
You get Chris's comment on the screen. What I will not do.
You will not. There you
I
go.
will not
You will not
stifle.
stifle his black excellence. There you
I will
go.
not stifle Cairo's black excellence. Hey, let me say this though. I had an opportunity to attend the black graduation ceremony with both Dr. T's,
Yes.
and it was good times.
Yes, it
There was
was.
there was some jokes. So black graduation, for some of y'all don't know, y'all don't have to do it because you went to a black school. But at PWIs,
Right.
black graduations will be where black people will get together. Students will be celebrated a little bit
Yes.
differently. You know how at the celebration, the graduation, they say please don't cheer too loudly for such and such because or wait till the end. You don't do that at black graduation. You give people a chance to shout. You give people a chance to scream. You let the fraternities and sororities call their entire face off until they are done. Let me
Yes.
tell you this though.
Yes.
We had one bro come across the stage. He was the brother of Omega Psi. He went down and hit that split. I was not sure he was getting up.
Yeah.
It
was a tough one. It was a tough one.
So
this brother went down in some gold boots and some tight jeans and a full cap and gown.
Yes.
He went down. I was like, oh, he's not getting up. And it was like a 2-hitcher, but he hitched his way back up. And I was like,
The
oh, okay.
acrobatics. I was like, go ahead. Between that and my girls in my heels, there were many a red bottom. And I was like, enjoy it now, sis, because Sally Mae, she wants her money. She's gonna give you a good 4 weeks, I think. But
no,
she wants her money.
you get 6 months.
Enjoy the
You
red
get
bottoms
6
out.
months before.
Between the heels and the I was just like, there's a little bit of the heels, the wigs, and the caps. We were doing a lot of praying.
A lot of praise.
Because we don't want nobody. We want everybody's pictures to be nice. We don't want anybody to be embarrassed. It was beautiful. It was
I was
beautiful.
sitting next to that Dr. T's, and so there was a couple of jokes
Yes.
in there. We had a good
How
time.
long did said graduation last?
It wasn't bad.
With the shouting and the.
It wasn't bad because it was actually done in a fairly organized manner.
Yeah.
And so, just like our people, though, there were people who registered to come and they didn't show up. I'm like, how you gonna not come to the black graduation? You registered. So we just had to clap for him. We
Change
clapped
their
for him.
mind.
We still and ain't that just the most blackety black
Blackest.
welcoming thing? You ain't even gotta be here, baby, but we clapping for
Congratulations,
you.
baby.
We poured
Congratulations.
libations.
Yeah,
We do.
we did.
We did. We had there was interpretive dance to Beyonce. This
Oh,
is
good
the
Lord.
blackest thing that has
Right.
ever happened
Yeah,
at Penn
they
State.
had praise dancing
It
at the
was an
black
interpretive
graduation.
dance.
This was not praising.
It was
It
not.
wasn't.
No,
There
it
was a
was not
few too many
crazy.
body rolls for it to be appraised,
It was
but
Beyonce, but it was
the
interpretive
liturgical dance
dance.
to Beyonce.
yes,
Very
it
true.
was.
Yes, it
Yo,
was Kirk Franklin's version of the Black National Anthem, and
threw me off.
then we swag
Nice.
surfed our way out of there. So there was drumming on the way in, there was
Is
libations.
this the first
I
one they
mean,
ever
we were
had?
just missing fried chicken.
It was the second.
Really.
It was the
It
second or
was
third one
Yeah,
because
let's go with the stereotype.
It started in 2019 up here, but COVID knocked out two of them.
right.
Let
It
me
was
tell you this
awesome
though.
though. It was
It was a
awesome.
good time. We have fun. We did have fun, and the students appreciated black because the Dr. T's and I we were out there as black faculty and staff, and
Yeah.
it was a good moment. We came
That's
out in
cool.
our regalia, supported them. They came out in their regalia. And Dr. T, what you failed to mention, it was wigs, it was heels, and lashes.
Oh
Some
yeah.
of them can't see past their own eyeballs with the stuff they got on their face.
Lashes are a whole other part of it now. You're right. It's so different. And I did not graduate that long ago
Right.
from college. It's so different now.
Yep.
The level, all the stuff you have, and I'm just like, I mean, we got dressed up, but goodness, we made sure, okay, you make sure you look good. Whoever do, hair on
Mhm.
campus, touch up your hair, whatever. This, these, it's a whole different level.
It's a whole different
I
thing.
mean, I don't know how they're affording it between that and Starbucks.
Yo,
So, but they are. But since it was just beautiful to
it
see
was.
black kids celebrated, and when you black young people celebrate it, and when you do this work, I'm always get my fire rekindled in terms of
Mhm.
I'm like, this is ministry.
Yep.
When you are helping to serve anybody that's underrepresented. In this case, it was black students.
Mhm.
It's just you realize how much you matter.
Mhm.
And it's one of the rare opportunities where I think whereas faculty and staff really come together, and the synergy is really honored in terms of it takes all of this
Yep.
to get these babies across the stage. So yeah, it's beautiful. I love it, but it's funny. It was funny.
It was definitely funny. And some people, I hope they practiced in them heels again before they walked across the big stage on the graduation day. Because I don't know how to do it. We're gonna have a whole different rant on that. I think one of the greatest physical feats in history is some of the women that walk in the level of heels that I'm seeing nowadays.
Mhm.
Because you are perched on nothing but the balls of your feet. And
Yeah.
I was like, I don't know how you're doing it, sis, but just slay.
They get
Just
more,
slay.
and it's yes. And this year we didn't see it though, but the last time the last time it was in person, it was the heelless heels. So it was the high heels that didn't have a heel. It's
Yes.
just yeah. Um and we were all praying
Yep.
really
Just pray.
hard because we were like, this might end well, but nothing ever, God was with us because nothing happened.
Nobody took an L. I thought
Nobody
one
did.
was.
Yes, that
That's
one guy
good.
came really close, but yeah,
Chris asked that everyone who walked across the stage graduate.
that's
I
their
Hey,
can say
business.
hey, hey,
That's their business.
I'm
man.
going to just say no. I've been there before. I
Hey,
know.
don't be a hater, Cliff.
No,
We're just here to celebrate.
no.
That's their business.
Y'all
I mean,
asking too many questions.
sometimes people can walk and then get your and then finish in the summer. I
Y'all
know that,
asking too many
but I do know
questions,
that
yo.
students be lying to their parents, say, "Oh yeah, I'm graduating," and
No,
I've
that's
I've heard tons of stories about parents showing up, student not showing up.
Oh, yeah, I've gotten some distress emails. I didn't know that was a thing until I came to Penn State.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
And I started getting distress emails, and I was like, "Oh no, sweetheart. See, this stopped being my problem
the second I hit submit on that
when
grade.
I hit post on the grade." So,
Yo, I was sitting at graduation. I can tell this. I think I was sitting at graduation next to the academic advisor, and
Mhm.
as they're walking across stage, like, yeah, they failed a class. I was like,
Oh,
what?
oh yeah.
Like, no, they failed that class. I was like, they failed a class. Like, yeah, they didn't have enough crash grad. I'm like, have they told their parents yet? Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm.
Yeah.
I said, oh, that's going to be a conversation. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So yeah, there are some people who are just completely enjoying the moment and figure we'll just figure everything else out on Monday.
Oh yeah.
They are
I've been there.
completely
Like,
enjoying the moment.
party now.
Yeah, pay for it
Smoke
on
it
Monday.
in. Reality hit. Reality hit yesterday.
Because they done pay all that money for hotel rooms, traveling accommodations. Somebody done brought your favorite foods up from home, or they done catered something, or had a reservation at a restaurant, and you want to tell us now that you ain't graduating? Oh, no. Nope. We're going to enjoy this. And then we'll have that conversation later. All over a 4-credit Spanish class. You out your mind.
Whew.
I'm sorry, brother.
it's all right. Y'all good?
Good.
Sure.
Sure.
All right. Want to thank everybody for hanging with us tonight. We do this show every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Eastern right here on Facebook and YouTube. If you cannot watch us live, you can always watch the show on demand. Go to turntoyourneighbor.com for all the ways you can watch on demand, whether it's the podcast or Facebook, YouTube. Lots of different ways to catch the show. We appreciate all the neighbors who watch us live and give comments because y'all really make the show live, especially tonight because we had a lot of participation. Really appreciate it. We'll be here next week if the Lord says the same. If the Lord see fit.
Okay, I heard that. I was like, the Lord stays the same. What's
I says the
happening?
same.
It's the
I
same. Yeah,
says
I've
the
heard
same.
that.
Says
Okay.
the same. Says the
Says
same.
okay.
Says.
I'm like,
Says.
taking us out. Oh Lord. Okay.
All right. All right, y'all. Until next time, take care and be blessed. Peace.